Today on Cityline's fall premiere week, it's back to the grind.
I've heard summer's pretty much over. We're wrapping it up.
So we're helping you ease back into routine this fall. From meal prepping secrets.
When things get hectic in the kitchen, this will save you a lot of time.
To workouts.
A big part of it is not comparing myself to anyone else's fitness journey or even like my own previous journey.
Plus, dealing with brain fog.
We're losing the ability to focus.
We've got natural solutions to clear the mental mist.
Those amino acids are critical to brain function.
It's Cityline with Tracy Moore.
Looks so good in this audience. Where did we find these people? Welcome to Cityline. I hate to say it, but I've heard summer's pretty much over. We're wrapping it up. So today's show, we're gonna help you get back to the grind, okay? We're gonna start with some weeknight meals. Who here wants them to be stress-free? Don't you want it to be easy? Come on. Me too. Turns out it's all about preparation. So here with a lesson in mise en place is Chef Devan Rajkumar. I love it. Mise en place. You're very good with the French. You're multilingual, aren't you?
Je parle français. I love how you said mise en place.
Mise en place. Tu peux pas français?
Bien sûr.
Any other languages you speak?
I know a lot.
Yeah.
I know a little of a lot of languages.
Yes, that is the truth. That is the truth.
All kinds of stuff, yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so mise en place is something you very much believe in. You do it all the time on the show. You do it in real life.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a French culinary term that means to gather everything and be organized.
Yes.
But even further, to have ingredients processed and prepped out. When we're in the heat of cooking, whether it's a restaurant or catering or cooking for your family, and the pan's ripping hot, you don't have time to go grate cheese.
No.
You don't have time to go take the label off a sauce. You need to have everything laid out. Now, this is a bit extreme.
Yes.
So I don't want people to see this and be like, this is so daunting. I can't do this at home.
Yeah.
Mise en place could just have one thing ready.
Yeah, like maybe you just have the cheese grated.
Sure.
Maybe you just have the onions chopped.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be, 23 ingredients, but you're ready to go.
This is Chef Dev style.
This is Chef Dev style. You always have a lot of ingredients, probably why your food tastes so good. Let's talk about how we can optimize mise en place. Like, you do it very particularly, and there's a few things you do that we can actually take on in our lives that'll help.
Group items together.
Yeah.
So you'll see the proteins are here, veggies here, fats, sauces, starches, aromatics. So when it's time to grab something, everything is like, it's not like, oh my God, where's the broccoli or where's the sesame oil? It's all grouped together.
Yes.
Everything's in clear glass bowls, and also utilize trays. I talk about this all the time. If for some reason I'm going out to the barbecue or I'm going somewhere else in the kitchen and I need to bring something, I can pick up the tray and go.
Right.
As opposed to have everything all over the counter. So you want to be able to move around and navigate. When things get hectic in the kitchen, this will save you a lot of time. It'll make you more efficient.
Absolutely, because you want to get through the meal, and
Of
as
course.
we said, stress-free. Now, I do not this, but I will put it all in groupings on the cutting board. Is that okay?
No.
Okay.
Cutting board should look like it does right now.
It should be empty.
Knife should be clean. And I know a lot of people will do that. They'll have a pile of cheese here, a pile of red peppers here. But then you run out of space.
And then I just do this, and then I put like that into the pan.
You could, and you always want to turn the knife the other way.
I mean, like that into the pan.
Yes, of course. Yeah. You could, if you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ingredients, pas de problème. You can definitely do that.
Yeah.
However, when you have this many, it's not going to work. And I just want my knife and my cutting board always clean. That's me, though.
Clean and fresh, and well, that's good. That's because you've worked in kitchens, and everything has to be sanitary and good. It should be like that in your house too. Right? Okay, what is this thing? Because that looks like a cutting board that does a lot more.
This is like a prep station that you can get. It's not something that I use, but I do see the value in it for someone at home. This is now a cutting board, but it's also got these really cool shelves underneath where you can store stuff.
Show? Like, can you see that?
I can put them on top.
Or so they come out here and they come out.
You can put flour here. You can grate stuff. There's also a compartment on this side where you can actually use it and it'll grate directly into
See, I
below.
like that.
There's also like a peeler function, so if you want to pop that in, you can now peel something carefully, and then it just pops in underneath and everything's there.
That is so cool.
I
so
repeat, I do not use this.
No, he doesn't.
But I see the value in it for someone at home or for someone trying to step things up in the kitchen.
I'd use it. Okay, let's talk about stir fries because we want to show how mise en place is used in a regular recipe. Stir fry would be a good example of using it because you do not have time to play around in the kitchen when you've got things happening in the pan.
Stir fry is a great analogy because we have a very, very hot pan and we have a lot of ingredients. Again, like I mentioned before, when this pan is ripping hot and it's smoking, I don't have time to be running to the fridge to grab something or running into my pantry to get sesame oil or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So I have everything laid out and organized by proteins, veg, sauces, aromatics, starches, etc.
Where do you want to start, Chef?
Well,
proteins?
We can talk about our proteins. Our proteins are all over here.
Okay.
Now, when you are cooking at home and you're making a stir fry, you're probably going to want to cook the protein first.
Yeah.
And then take it out of the pan and introduce it back in later.
Okay.
In a restaurant where there's a wok and there's like a jet engine, 50,000 BTUs, where they're controlling it with their knee here, then you can have like a thinner type vessel and you can get the protein in first, depending on what the dish is.
Okay.
But at home, we don't have that same kind of power. If I'm cooking a 4, 5, 6 minute stir fry and I start with the protein and I get everything in there, if I'm using beef tenderloin or thinly sliced chicken or really small shrimp, it's going to be overcooked by the time it's all done.
Right.
And don't serve that to me.
Okay, right.
Okay.
I'm not inviting you over for sure. You got a lot of rules. Okay, so we've got the chicken, we've got shrimp, we've got tofu, we've got some beef.
Yes.
So all cooked. Take it out of the pan. The next thing we want to talk about is veggies.
Yeah, so I have a bunch of veggies here. Now, when we think,
good layout spread there.
I like colors and textures, and I'll have some odd ones. It's not just about broccoli and peppers and carrots. There's nothing wrong with that, but use what's at home.
Right.
Maybe when you open your produce drawer, there's something nestled at the back there. Could be bok choy. It could be a lonely radish.
Right.
Use it, right? So we have different things
It's
here.
like he sees into my crisper.
I hear. So here we have like shishito pepper. I have green and red Thai chilies. My mom cooks bora. It's Chinese long bean. It's a Guyanese dish. Just use it up, throw it in there.
Why not?
Broccolini is here. And another question that you may ask is like, what's the size of the produce, right? So the carrots are quite dense. They take a long time to cook, so I cut them very finely.
That's beautiful.
Right?
Did you just use your hands to cut that, or is that like done in some kind of a processor?
This is done with the knife, but you can use
That's
a mandolin at home, or you can use a food processor, or use the fine grater for carrot.
Okay.
For red pepper, it's cut thicker and larger because I want it to hold its shape and integrity. Mushrooms are sliced really thin. And then we have like just different stuff. There's the lonely radish that I was talking about. So that's all done by knife. So everything is cut in a way that it can go into the pan.
Yes.
And then all finished at the same time.
Is there any veggie that you want to keep out of a stir fry?
I mean, someone mentioned tomato earlier.
Yeah, what
we were
about
talking
tomatoes?
about that.
They're a little wet.
I'd maybe finish with tomato or start it right at the beginning, but then it's just going to completely melt and disappear. Right. Super, super wet items, maybe not the best thing to do. These are all quite dense and hard and ready to go.
Okay, so we have our proteins, we have our veggies. We're going to talk a little bit more about this later in the show. So we'll keep the lesson going, and you will walk us through how to make a stir fry. In the meantime, you can scan the QR code on your screen right now to shop that amazing meal prep station that I like. I know he's not going to use it, but I like it. So it looks like something that's going to make things a little bit easier as we get into the meals and the lunches and the dinners that we know fall for. Okay, so we've talked about stir fries. Here's something we haven't talked about. Did you know this week is our September swag bag? Oh yeah. I don't know. Who wants some swag? We are so, yes. We're very excited to be able to spoil you like this because Cityline is all about our viewers. So that's why I don't necessarily want to do this all on my own. I feel like I need some help. And you, my friend, this is why bribes work. She gave me a gift before the show. Yeah. It's just so easy. It's so easy. Watch the cables. And by the way, what's your name?
Donna.
Donna moved from Toronto to Alberta, and she's loving her life in Alberta. So can we give it up for Alberta? She's having a good time. I'm too much. Okay, this is what you have to do.
What I have to do?
You have to pick one of these gifts, and then we're gonna do a countdown, and you're gonna open the box. And when you open the box, we're gonna find out the gift that you and the entire audience is gonna win. No pressure, honey.
Oh my God.
So you pick, do you want this box or do you want that
I'm
box?
gonna ask Ray.
Ray,
What box?
this box or that box? And you have to yell, you have no mic. Come on, the pressure's on. This one, he says.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Open it up, girl. Yeah. I don't know what this means. Stu, help us out.
We've all caught Barbie fever. And to keep this pink party going, we've got an exclusive sneak peek at this year's Barbie Pool Party Dream House. It's an updated version of the iconic dollhouse with over 75 storytelling pieces. And you are all taking home your very own Barbie Pool Party Dream House, valued at $200.
We're just discussing the granddaughter that's getting the gift. For everyone at home, don't be jealous. We're thinking of you too. Scan the QR code on your screen for your chance to win your own Barbie Dream House, plus all the other swag we're giving away on today's show. Did she do well? She did. You did.
Thank you.
Time for a break. Lots more Cityline ahead. You did so good.
Thank you.
Coming up,
Already, this smells unbelievable.
sizzling secrets for a sensational stir fry.
Cityline's Wellness Wednesdays is brought to you in partnership with Jameson Vitamins. For over 100 years, we've proudly put quality and pure ingredients first. Jameson is here for your health.
Since we're getting you back into the grind, part of that is about starting or restarting a fitness routine. So here to inspire you on your movement journey, we've got Amanda Muse. She's ready to move. I love this look. I love the get up.
Thank you.
I love everything about it. So let's talk about the whole movement journey. Like, how has it been for you? Where are you at now?
Right. I think it's safe to say I've consistently moved throughout my life. It's just the activities have shifted, my interests have changed, have ebbed and flowed. But I do recognize that the more that I move, my brain's a little happier, and those two things that come together make me a happier person.
Yes.
And like a big part of it is not comparing myself to anyone else's fitness journey or even like my own previous journeys. So move, but something that I like.
Yes. Many nuggets in that little response right there, because the whole idea of looking back and saying, but I used to be, don't live in that space. I am just coming out of that. Because we had a 40th anniversary show. I've got to look at old versions of myself. There they are, you know, and so you can't get caught up in where you've been. It's what is the 2016, 2020, 2023 version of yourself, and you got to live in it.
Oh yeah, I've got a decade of YouTube videos. I'm like, look at that tiny person. Like, but how is she not as worthy as this version?
That's
or all
right.
of that, right? I hear you.
All the versions are fantastic. So let's talk about getting into movement, because it can be tough if we're off routine and we're not really doing the things we used to do. You want to get prepped. How do we get our head in the game for this?
I like a very structured approach to this. So like the pre-workout, first of all, do you even have the time to make this work? Right? So like, what is happening tomorrow? Can I squeeze it in at 10:30? Like, I'm a big fan of pen to paper. So
Absolutely.
if I write it down, I want to scratch it off, you know? So even, have I put it on after I've done it? Yes. Dopamine, you know? But it's making the time for it. You know, if you have a buddy that you want to work out with, a little accountability buddy. And then I think too, like, where are you doing your workout? If you're going to a class, book it. If you're at home, do you have to make the space, or is the space kind of already available? Do you have a little area carved out just for you? So kind of just, can it happen?
The night before for me, if I'm going to the gym, I've got the shoes and the socks and the outfit and the water and the bag and the keys. Yes. Literally, if nothing to trip me up, because I am just waiting for an excuse to get out of it. Exactly. And if I'm working out in the basement, the mat is out, the iPad is set up, like literally everything ready to go, because you want to give yourself the best chance of success. And it's early in the morning for me, so it's easy for me to say, oh, I'd rather just sleep.
Yes, exactly.
So you want to rock your workout. What are your tips for getting movement in?
Right. I'm very motivated by cute outfits, as you can tell. But, you know, I put this on, I feel good. I'm like, I'm going to do that spin class, or I'm going to take that yoga class. Yes. This is one of my favorites, very Barbie core, kind of on theme with today.
So good.
From a Canadian company called Move Life, but also functionally. Is it going to like wick away the sweat? Are the shorts going to stay in place as I'm cycling? I'm not pulling them down the whole time. And then equipment. You know, don't go out and buy everything new. There's so much you can do at home with what you've got, but also find activities you enjoy. So if you like to skip rope, make it happen. Lift some weights, your emotional support water bottle, you know, all the things. Stay hydrated. But just having those tools on hand make it a little easier.
Now, have you gone from a place, or were you ever in that space where you were like, I have to get up and I have to move, and if I don't move, I am like a little less worthy?
Oh, like productivity problematic situation. Absolutely. Like, how do I reconcile that I'm still getting stuff done if I've just taken the dogs for a walk today, right? Or maybe just lounged and taken a rest day, and tomorrow I'm going to do that HIIT workout, because I do love both. I actually really enjoy doing those activities. I think it's coming back to what we were saying at the top, like finding something you like, not just because it's on trend or because your neighbor thinks it's a great workout. Like, I don't like burpees. I don't want to do them, you know? But a 45-minute cycle class, like, I love it. Get a little sweaty and gross. So yeah, it's finding that groove of what you really enjoy.
I've been trying to tell my trainer, I don't like burpees. Let's not do them anymore. And sadly, it's not going the way I want it to. But Stacey Irvine, who is also on the show and is also a trainer, she's like, you know what, I came up with a rule, and I said to myself, maybe no burpees anymore. Maybe not for the rest of my life. And it's okay, you can still get a great workout in. So I think it's nice to just get to a place where it's not punitive anymore.
Well, and the other thing too is, let's talk about hormones for a second. Like, I started recognizing that, as my cycle goes through the month, I am sometimes in the mood to do 5 HIIT workouts in a row. And other times we are doing a nice stretch or, you know, a nice gentle low impact walk on the treadmill. Like, it's kind of recognizing where you're at even on the given day, right?
That's right. Yeah, I'm a heavy workout girl. I could lift heavy weights every day, but I know that I shouldn't. So trying to focus a little bit more on mobility and yoga is a lovely thing.
I love that.
So you've got all your gear, you've booked your appointment, you're not being mean with yourself. You've said to yourself that I will move if I can. For me, I'm moving for my brain these days, not for the skinny jeans, even though the Gen Z said there are no more skinny jeans. I'm just saying,
they're out.
It's not so much about my bum anymore, it's about my brain.
Yes.
And I think that that's been a nice sort of transition to make. You can be a big person and very fit. Fitness for me is about getting my brain in shape. So I love that. Afterwards, you like to treat yourself as well. Just like a really nice shower.
Shower it off. I get a little sweaty and a little stinky, so choose some nice products. They're gonna make you smell good. You know, and you don't have to, your whole day's not ruined because you got a little sweaty. Like, blow dry the roots, touch up the ends, use your straightener, a little, you know, tinted SPF. You're good to go, and you feel good.
Off you go. Thank you, Amanda. That is fantastic. Oh, there we go. We see a bit of the blow dry routine right there. Okay, how about a little reward after all that talk about working out? I think it is time for another September swag giveaway. So let's get to it. Let's do it. Aren't you spoiled? Right? Hi. It's good to meet you. Are you okay to shake? Yeah. Good shake. What's your name?
Irene.
Irene. Okay, so let me tell you how this is going to go. This is called the swag switch, okay? When you hit the swag switch, it's going to set off the wheel of prizes, which is going to go around in a wheel, and then it is going to land on a prize that you and the entire audience is going to get. Isn't that exciting? So on the count of 3, 2, 1, when we get to 1, you're going to hit the swag switch. Are you good with that?
I'm good.
All right, audience. 3, 2, 1, hit it. Let's see what's on the wheel of prizes. I just made up that song. Oh, okay. I'm not sure what that is. Stu, what does that mean?
Get ready to experience the perfect shower. The Spectra Plus E-Touch 4-function shower head from American Standard brings technology and flexibility together. This amazing shower head has touch control that allows you to easily switch between different spray patterns. Plus, a convenient wall-mounted remote can be placed anywhere in your shower to control spray patterns at the touch of a button. You're all going home with your own Spectra Plus E-Touch 4-function shower head. Value at $266.
I think you did pretty well. Put it right here. That's all. Thanks, Irene. Let's go to break. We have more coming up. Stay with us. Yeah. Thank you. We're back in the kitchen with Chef Dev. So we've been talking about mise en place, but we're going to make a stir fry. You're going to make a stir fry. And maybe
You're going to make a stir fry.
I'm going to make a stir fry. Or you're going to do the work and I'm going to tell you what to do.
Sure.
But we're going to make the stir fry now and talk about a few of the things you need to start thinking about. We want to talk about oils. We want to talk about aromatics.
We talked about protein. We talked about veg. So yeah, for fats, I almost exclusively use grapeseed oil. High smoke point, very limited flavor. There's no flavor transfer actually.
Yeah.
And I just love it. So
I never use grapeseed oil.
I use it all the time.
But I like that it doesn't really have a distinct taste, so go for it. Anything that you should use or should not use?
Avocado oil is great.
Yep.
Coconut oil is great. For high heat preparations, stop using extra virgin olive oil. Yeah. Very delicate characteristics and properties in it. We want to be finishing dishes with it, vinaigrettes, dipping bread into it, topping risotto, stuff like that.
Yes.
Stop deep frying with it.
Okay. And cool. Also, you mean like quality. It needs to be a quality extra virgin olive oil if you're finishing off things with it, right?
Ideally.
I know. The assumption he's thinking is, of course, it's quality, Tracy. What do I look like? I'm a chef. Of course, very quality. Okay, go ahead and start putting your stuff in because I know we want to get through.
Yeah, so we have aromatics, which are, these are going to pop a little bit. So we have aromatics going in.
Yeah.
Green onion. I have lemongrass. I have ginger. I have garlic. I think we're all quite familiar with these types of aromatics.
Yeah.
Other types of aromatics are like, you know, bay leaf, black peppercorn. Maybe not necessarily what you'll find in a stir fry. So already, this smells unbelievable.
That's ginger?
If this was like shampoo scent, I'd use it. I love this stuff, okay? Curry leaves are not super popular in this application, but like they're my favorite thing in the world. They're so floral.
Yeah.
It's gonna smell immediately once I add them in there.
Nice.
And we also have chili crisp in here. So get this all tossing around, and this is gonna start to burn. So at any point, if you're cooking at home and it starts to burn, what can you do?
Pull the pan.
Pull the pan right off the heat.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and start getting some more veg in here. So what would you like from here?
I would like some onions.
Okay.
And then I will do some carrots just because you cut them so beautifully.
Yes.
I want the hot, like, what's the hot pepper?
Right here, Thai red and green.
Yeah, don't go crazy.
I'm gonna go put a little bit.
Okay.
Broccolini Bora, you want Mom's Bora?
I want Mom's Bora.
Yeah, done.
I'll take anything Benno makes. I will do mushrooms, please.
And this is the beauty of the mise en place. It's not like, you know, you want to make something for someone and then you're running around trying to slice stuff and get it going.
That's right.
So we want to toss this and get it going.
Actually, I do want broccoli, even if that's like basic.
Let's get some broccoli in there too.
Let's do basic broccoli.
Now you want to keep this moving, and the pan could go a little bit hotter, but I also want to make sure that we get through what we have to get through. Tossing is also another part of being organized in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm recovering from like tennis elbow right now, so I can't actually even do. It's okay. I can't actually. It's from tennis, funny enough too.
Yeah.
I can't actually toss with my right. But anybody that wants to do this at home, practice with rice, practice with cereal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Step
I know
up
you
that
don't
game.
have time to mess around, but I have to try it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah?
It's amazing. It's amazing. So from here, I'm going to crank the heat. What starch do you want? We have basmati, black, brown, jasmine. I have noodles.
I like the noodles, but I'm going to go with brown rice.
Okay, so let's go with a little bit of brown rice, and I just crank the heat a little bit more.
Nice.
And now what we have to do is get our sauce in there. And remember, if you're doing this at home, you want to start with the protein and get it out. But I've pre-cooked the proteins to make it easier.
Okay, got it.
Sriracha honey. There's jerk. We have soy and teriyaki.
Okay.
And
I want the teriyaki. I'm very saucy.
So we go around the edge.
Oh, that's how you do it?
Yes, we want to go around the edge.
Why do you do that? Is it because you don't want it to burn?
It's so it disperses evenly. Another part of our mise en place is cutting. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Chef's grip is to not hold the knife here. It's to pinch up on it. It's called a pinch grip or a chef's grip.
Yeah.
And then from here we put the tip down and we form a claw with our left hand and the blade rests against it. I don't want to see this anymore anywhere. You're going to cut yourself, so we slice through. And then you get really fast where you can chop really quickly.
Let me try it.
So try that while I toss this.
So hold on a second. What did you do?
Pinch grip. So just slide it.
So
yep.
pinch?
Pinch grip.
Okay.
All your fingers are not exposed, right?
Yeah.
Left hand, even with nails, you're going to form a claw. Because we don't want the... Yes, make the face.
Okay.
And the blade rests against your finger. That's how
like
we chop.
This?
Yeah, but your fingers are still out. Like, just kind of tuck them in.
Like
and,
this?
And yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you'll get faster and faster and faster.
You get faster and faster and faster. Love it. How's it going?
It's
How's
going
it going
really
over
well.
there?
Let's pick a protein. So we have beef,
good.
we have tofu, we have shrimp, we have chicken.
I'm going to have these little babies.
Shrimp sounds good. So
And I'm
going to
do
toss those in
tofu
there.
as well.
Shrimp and tofu, and you have broccoli, mom's bora, onion, Thai
That's
chilies,
good.
teriyaki.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
It's smelling good.
If you're hosting a dinner party at home and you want to have guests over, you can set up a station like this. And you don't have to have this many ingredients.
Right.
I would do something like this because it's my job. Okay? But you don't have to do that. You can just have a couple.
I think that that's a lovely thing to do, and then everybody's involved, and everybody's so picky about what they want in their food these days. You can decide what you want, and what you don't want doesn't go in your meal.
Couple finishing things. Soy sauce and sesame. Toss, toss, toss.
I should have done egg, but whatever. It's too late.
It's not too late. Let's go. Let's go. So scrambled egg. Again, this is something that I would scramble in the pan, but just so we finish on time.
Yeah.
And let's plate.
Speaking of time, we're done. Oh, we have a little bit of time left. Let's plate it.
Everything is hot and warm. Nothing is overcooked. Those fried curry leaves, crispy. Chickpea sev goes on top.
I like that you did that.
And look how fast we put this out. Mise en place.
Okay, first, do you want to see it? Isn't that pretty? And super easy when you have everything organized and ready to go.
The messiness of this board is driving me mad.
That's my life right there.
There you go. How's that?
Beautiful.
Let's go.
Cityline.tv. Let's go to break. I'm going to eat more. Stay with us.
Coming up, feeling foggy?
Stress can absolutely cause brain fog.
What you need to know about brain fog and how to lift it.
Welcome back, everyone. Do you struggle with brain fog? Here to help us clear it away naturally, Dr. Joey Shulman. Joy's got the answers for us. We appreciate your energy. So, what are the symptoms of brain fog that we need to look out for?
So I'm sure our audience members and people at home have felt brain fog. I refer to it as sort of airport tired.
Yes.
You know when you're so tired in the airport, you're a little foggy, you might have joint pain, word loss, confusion, headaches. You're just not feeling on your game. Part of it is because we are on screens all the time, or we're so go, 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 or because of the food that we're eating.
Yes.
So, of course, talk to your doctor, but there are natural ways to clear up brain fog as well.
I'm glad you mentioned that because we're distracted like crazy these days.
Crazy.
And so we're actually putting ourselves in a situation where we can't concentrate, and that is contributing to our brain fog.
We're losing the ability to focus.
We're losing the ability to focus.
Yes, we are,
So it's a very incredible thing these days. If you can focus, do everything you can to hang on to that.
Yes,
you know, I have
absolutely.
to sometimes trick myself out of being on my phone just because I know it's not great for me. Let's talk food, though.
So let's talk food.
Yeah.
So, you know, of course we live in an ultra-processed food world, and this is the obvious, the white sugar, the refined flours, and the aspartame and the food coloring. That stuff is really, really contributes to inflammation, blood sugar bouncing, all the sort of things that can cause brain fog.
Yeah.
And so we want to eliminate these types of foods, but you also want to make sure that you're not eating what you think is healthy food, but it's still ultra-processed.
Okay.
So,
give us an example of that.
Well,
You mean like brown bread that's just basically white bread that looks brown?
Well, that's a wonderful example, actually. When you do get, you know, if you're getting whole wheat bread, here's my rule of thumb from my clients. If you can take that bread and you can roll it into a ball and it melts in your mouth, that is refined flour with a little bit of blackstrap molasses. It's doing the exact same thing. It's doing the exact same thing.
Good to know.
So as much as, you know, I did a challenge last year with my clients. 1 week, nobody ate from a box. 1 week. So you had things like proteins and nuts and seeds and fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
You feel fantastic.
Right. Yeah, you just kind of got to train yourself to get into that mode, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Real food is where it's at, and that's what's here. So this is what we need more of. Make this sort of like your base and everything else just extra.
So in addition to fruits and vegetables, proteins and fats are key for brain health, and that's what I have here. So your proteins, like your yogurts, your eggs, your tofu, your salmon, your chicken, those have amino acids. Those amino acids are critical to brain function.
Okay.
And so even if you are vegan, there are other ways, whether it's hemp hearts, where you can still get really nice protein sources. Tofu, you know, you can mess around with plant-based a little bit. You don't have to be a vegetarian and plant-based. You can still mix these proteins. Like you had tofu and egg. Yeah, perfect. That's right. Amazing. Also fats. So fats, I always say fats are like a conditioner to a hair follicle.
Yeah.
They're going to lower inflammation. Okay. They're going to make your brains, the things talk a little bit better.
Yes.
And so synaptic things talk a little bit better when you're having essential fats. Your brain needs these good fats from olive oils, nuts and seeds and fish oils and avocados. Don't be scared of fat.
Now, also, at the same token, don't be scared of grains. You just kind of have to be picky about what grains you're using.
Don't be scared of grains. Now, I spend a lot of time in my clinic taking people off of gluten who are not celiac, who are gluten sensitive like me.
Yeah.
Gluten, I find, is the #1 irritant for inflammation, for gut health, for that foggy feeling that you're feeling. So it's not going to hurt you to go off gluten. Give me 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, but not 80% off gluten. That won't work.
Okay.
If we're going to test, we need to test 100%.
Oh, you're going to take it off?
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like gluten-free soy sauce. So if you're someone like me who is sensitive to gluten, and I jumped in and had gluten, I would say 2 to 4 days.
Okay.
Fogginess for 2 to 4 days, I'd feel. So you want to take gluten out of the diet or any other potential food irritants. It might be dairy, it might be corn. Everybody is bio-individual. So I know you a long time. I know almonds are not your friend.
No, they're not.
Gluten is not my friend. So we are all very different.
Totally. And I love almonds. That was like such bad news.
I know. I'm so sorry. We ran that test.
Little bits and pieces, right?
Yeah.
How do you know if there's gluten in something? And I know I'm going off track here, but is it obvious?
Well, you have to be familiar with your gluten-free grains. And then things will say gluten-free on them. It's a bit of a learning curve. We have a booklet that we can provide that it's like my Cole's notes to going gluten-free. It's super easy, but it is a bit of a learning curve.
There's some surprises there just because my daughter has a good friend who's celiac, and so when she sleeps over, it's like I have to be a little bit more vigilant about it, so that's awesome. Talk to me about stress.
So stress. So we are in a go, go, go world. Our sympathetic response, which means like the bear's chasing us, is on all the time. It can cause brain fog. Stress can absolutely cause brain fog. So we want to really make it our business to do things that are parasympathetic, which is the opposite. Whether it's breath work, whether it's cold water, whether it's talking to a friend, whether it is losing yourself in something. You know, when you do arts and crafts, you lose yourself in something. So find your joy. Find your joy in the ordinary.
Oh, I love that so much. When we do a big show, I go and sit in a room silently by myself for a little while to bring myself back. Because of the output, right? And you're sort of on this level and you want to come back down. So it's very interesting to talk about that. Thank you for the good foods you bring on the show. We know good food plays a big role in our overall well-being, and that's why the Good Flour Company is giving our entire audience their Chef's Bundle lineup. Gluten-free baking blends for pizza, pancakes, desserts, and more, valued at almost $100. Let's go to break, guys. We've got more coming up. Stay with us. This looks delicious. Coming up, tapping into our whole selves.
You're better able to tap into your adaptability. You're able to tap into your patience.
How to bring all of you to the table.
Shine bright with Cityline.
It is a vibe.
For a fresh take on fashion.
That one's got my name on it.
Food.
These ingredients are screaming spring.
And decor.
Let's pick this whole thing up and put it in my living room.
It's the perfect way to brighten your day.
Literally light up your morning. Wow is right, honey. Wow is right.
Cityline. Weekdays. Only on City TV.
Welcome back, everyone. You may have heard the idea of bringing your whole self to the table, but what does that look like on a daily basis? Here to help us tap into our whole authentic selves is Karlyn Percil. You're the perfect person for the job. Perfect person for the job. So how do you show up with your whole self? Because it's difficult in this world that we live in, right?
It is, and often we think about bringing your whole self to work, but what I'd like us to do is to reframe. I want you to think about bringing your whole self with you to work.
Yeah.
And the difference is that, T, you're bringing in all of yourself. You're bringing in the self that wasn't just summer, who had the amazing summer vacation. You're bringing in your values, and to me, it's living your values out loud. And when you bring your whole self with you to work, you're better able to tap into your adaptability, you're able to tap into your patience, and also you know who deserves the whole you at work, because not everyone deserves access to the whole you.
Oh, that is so true. You have to really insulate and make sure that you are preserving your energy for those who deserve your energy, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about a few wellness techniques that we can sort of weave into our lives so that we feel we're showing up wholly all the time.
Yeah, and one of my favorite, when we talk about, living your values out loud, even for me, example, what I'm wearing today is by this Indian designer, Azuri by Manvi. And for me, when I show up with my values, I'm already standing strong and tall.
Yes.
And we forget that we're also, the elements are part of us. We're 70–80% water.
Yes.
We forget that the brain receives information through all 5 senses. So when you think about this, you actually start building a great workday from the night before, because great work days are built from within.
Yeah.
So understanding that, hey, if the brain receives information from all 5 senses, how am I curating my life? How am I curating my day? What am I wearing? What am I listening to? And most importantly, how am I showing up with those elements as part of my day-to-day?
Do you feel comfortable just standing up so we can see
Oh,
the gloriousness that this outfit
Like
is? Give us a little
Manvi.
turn. Give us a little turn. Yes, yes.
And
Because that's a very valid point. It starts at home, and it
starts at
starts
home.
with who am I and how am I presenting myself to the world?
Exactly.
And am I being authentic and true to who I am? So I love that. You
Exactly.
say also tap into our senses.
Yes.
So our senses, you can take that with you everywhere you're going. Should we start with hearing?
Yes. So when you think about emotions are tied to our senses. And when it comes to sound actually helps activate different modes or moods, I would say, inside of us. So when you start your day in the morning and you bring in that sound, you tie that sound to an emotion. I want to feel calm. I want to feel refreshed. Or when someone maybe incites me at work, where do I go? I go back to that sound.
Yes.
And I'm not saying not everybody will be able to bring your sound bowl with you at work, but at work, in that 5-minute break, plug in your earphones. Right? That last beach vacation you did, listen to the sound waves. Create an audio file of your entire vacation. Right?
that's a
And
good
listen to it.
idea.
Listen to the sound bites, the laughter, the joy in your voice. All of that can be embodied, and it can also help you to be more focused at work as well.
I remember when we were in like southern Italy, and we were in Capo Vaticano, I think it's called, and we're on a boat, and all you're hearing is the little Italian kids. And I listen to the video all the time to hear those voices, because there's something so beautiful about them. Just talking to their parents, but it's like it takes me right back. So I think that's a really good tip. You gave me some peppermint right before the segment. I did this, and it's like, ooh, I'm awake. Let's talk a little bit about smell.
So smell is actually tied. It's one of the most powerful senses that's tied to our emotions. And smell is tied to memory. And peppermint actually is my favorite tool to travel with and also to have at work, because when we inhale peppermint, it helps us to refocus. Peppermint brings us back to our vitality. And we forget that our emotions are also tied to our organs. So when you use scent to incite a smell, so for example, if you think of living your values out loud at work, and you say, I want to bring my most aligned self at work. Now, sometimes, things change at home, right? So you're coming into work, you might be a little bit more stressed, you're getting the kids to school and the integration of back to school and so forth. How do you bring the best Tracy to Cityline? How do you ensure that you show up so now you're contributing towards the thriving culture in the workplace? These are the tools that you can use. Inhale, put it in the back of your neck, put the back of your knees, and you can show up in your most aligned self. And the same thing for sight and sound and smell. This guava passion fruit, tell me, doesn't that bring you back to the islands?
Oh, that's delicious.
Aren't you going back to work smiling
I kind of
at
want to
everyone?
eat it.
Right? It smells. And also writing. I say write your values.
Yes.
Write it on a sticky note. Put it somewhere you can see it.
Yeah.
Notebooks with affirmations. Do so. And the self-love coloring book for my collection, I always invite folks for lunch. Why don't you do something different?
Yeah.
Start a coloring page together with a friend. And now that becomes a really great connection and joy at work. And the last thing for sight, color.
Right.
Blue actually invokes focus and productivity. Orange brings in creativity. And green brings stability and also creativity. So think about what you wear to work, because that can also add to your thriving at the workplace. And then remember, work is work. Work is not here to make you happy.
Right.
What you bring to work is how you can create the culture and the work life that you want. So show up with your full self so that you can contribute towards the workplace that you want.
That is a very good perspective. So it's what you are bringing to the table, the experience that you want to have. And that's not to say that there's toxicity. There can be awful things happening around you, but really you are your home base.
You are.
In all these scenarios. So
And the
whatever
stronger
you're
you are,
bringing, is really, really important. Thank you so much for that, Car. I love it. All right, let's go for break. We got more coming up. Stay with us. Very nice. Join the party. We want to shower you with fun, prizes, and unbelievable surprises. Are you ready for this? Head to cityline.tv/tickets and see the show you love come to life.
I would love a makeover.
Come on out!
Get your glam on with Cityline. Use the code at the bottom of your screen or head to cityline.tv and click on the Makeover tab.
She rediscovered herself.
It's your time to thrive with Cityline.
Show doesn't mean we're all out of surprises, and I think we should give away more swag. Why not, right? We've got swag drop here. That's this game, and I need some help doing it. So I'm gonna pull up my Trinidad. Trinidad, come on up here. Come up here. Where are my people? Where are my people? Where are my people? Did you pick the most complicated way to come up here? Okay, what's your name, hon?
Kavita.
Kavita, this is a game called Swag Drop. So I'm gonna give you this little ball, and you are gonna make it go boop, 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 all the way down. Wherever it lands, we're gonna find out what the prize is for you and the entire audience, okay? So, let's drop the ball in 3, 2, 1. Where's it gonna go? And it's landed on gold. Okay, Stu, what have they won?
It's always back to the grind in September, so why not take the guesswork out of meal planning this month with Hello Fresh and have weekly, delicious, easy-to-cook, and customizable meal kits delivered directly to your door. You're all going home with a $180 Hello Fresh box. Bon appetit!
Remember, you can scan this QR code on your screen right now for your chance to win all of today's swag prizes. So good luck to all of you at home as well. And that is it for this edition of Cityline. First of all, did she do well? She did well. You did very well. A big thank you to all of our experts, to this incredible audience. We have got an incredible show in store for you tomorrow. You won't want to miss it. Plus 2 more days of September swag. Keep watching every day for your chance to win at home. I'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Take care.